Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. Today I will be complaining about what it feels like to be 3D rendering with a potato PC. So, to share a bit of context, I'm a 3D enthusiast. I've worked on Blender, or at least casually started learning how to use Blender since 2020, so it's been a bit of a while already. Had nothing to do during the pandemic, so I tried learning a new skill, and I got decent at it. We have some background footage here of me making an observatory, and if any of you have comments on how I 3D model, just feel free to give me tips, because I'm always learning. But anyway, complaining about how it feels like to be a potato PC with a potato PC. My PC is from 2016. All the parts are also from 2016, and that's about 8 years ago, if my math is correct. It's just not really great for 3D modeling these days. Like, it's okay for making low poly stuff, and you can make a bunch of cute renders. Like, I made some cute renders for with low poly, and it got me to like 500 followers on Instagram. It was pretty cool and fun, but I'm not really in the mood to make low poly stuff right now. Because I really wanted to make photorealistic stuff since the beginning. Whenever I just tried to do it, my PC couldn't handle it. So I'm just making this video now because I'm upgrading my PC to something more modern. The parts are gonna be from at least 2023. So my old GPU or video card was a GTX 1050 Ti. That's only 4 gigabytes of VRAM, and for context, the softwares I use, Blender and Unreal Engine. And for Unreal Engine, the minimum requirements for using that is at least 8 gigabytes of VRAM. So my current system is just half of the minimum requirements. And I can definitely feel it when I do my thing, when I 3D model and stuff. Because I made a few scenes. I think I made like three renders with Unreal Engine so far, and each of them have been kind of painful to render. Why? Because the first one was a scene of a guy falling from a cliff. It's a pretty simple scene, but like it's a lot better than what Blender can handle, because I tried doing it in Blender. It ended up looking absolutely atrocious. Just look at it, bro. Okay, so when I made it in Unreal Engine, the guy is falling, and I just loved it. Because why? Why do I keep saying why? Oh my god. I just love making it in Unreal Engine because everything was loaded and just moved so much faster. Everything was already rendered when I worked on it. And I felt like it can handle a lot more textures and stuff compared to Blender, even if my system was a bit older. But the problem was, when I rendered it, it would always crash. Like, I press the render button, it will load for a few minutes, or maybe like 1 or 2 minutes, and then it would just crash. And the solution I found online is like, don't keep other apps open, close everything so your system can fully concentrate on this one thing to make sure it loads and renders properly. Okay, I did that, and then I did everything else to optimize to help my PC render this scene. It still crashes, bro. I'm like, are you kidding me? I can't turn anything else off. I can't optimize anything. And the next recommendation this guy gives me from the YouTube tutorial, like how to actually get the rendered scene, how to render the scene I made, his recommendation is to upgrade your system. Maybe it's too old. And you know what? That's so true. I wasn't able to render it at all. So what I did to actually get this shot, because I can't render it straight out of Unreal Engine, is I use Streamlabs to record it via the live stream. And I just got a screen recording of the viewport, essentially. It's not even a render, it's just the viewport. And it already looks great. That's why I like Unreal Engine, but it's just sad that I can't even render what I made. I made two more things, like this scene from Unreal Sensei, I think his channel name. It's the guy with the really long 5-hour tutorial. It's a great tutorial, but honestly, I just skipped to the castle building part because that's the part I wanted. And even without watching the first parts, I was able to keep up and make the castle scene. It was so cool. But again, it did not render. Like when I clicked render, it would just crash, and I just kept fiddling with the settings and stuff. Oh my god, I can't believe I used the word fiddling. So I kept trying to uh, tweak it and stuff, and it wouldn't render. So man, I thought, wow, my PC is really trash. I need to upgrade it. For this scene and for the castle scene and the this other scene that I is my first time using a meta human here. I was actually able to render it straight from Unreal Engine, but the problem was it took like 10 tries at least to render this. Like I just trial and error. Like that's not how it's supposed to work, bro. I don't think that's how the creators of Unreal Engine intended it to work, because who wants to finish a scene and then when you're it's like when you're done painting a picture, like you should be good and you should just display it. That's the easiest. It's supposed to be the easiest part, but it's just totally stopping everything. So it's really annoying. That's why I'm upgrading to the Radeon 7800 XT. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Radeon, or what. But yeah, I'm upgrading to that. It's 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which is 4 times my current GPU. So I'm really excited for that to start working, and hopefully everything will run much smoother. I actually wanted to finish the scene that you're seeing in the background where with the observatory, but whenever I try to render it, it's just not working. So I guess I'm going to show you guys the finished product once I replace my GPU. But anyway, in conclusion, my experience doing 3D with a potato PC. It's definitely doable with Blender and even Unreal Engine, to be honest, but it's just the level or amount of stuff that you can put on screen at one time. With Unreal Engine, it just crashes if it can't handle it, so you have to decrease the load by removing some assets or high quality textures. So you really have to make some sacrifices there. And for Blender, it's a lot more tolerant of higher poly and higher quality textures. The thing is that instead of crashing, it will just take forever to render. Like I remember for this Punisher 3D community challenge, my render took more than 2 days, I think, just to finish this up, and it doesn't even look that good when I finish rendering, so that sucks. A lot of you guys were really encouraging though. Like I really liked your comments, and even if I didn't personally like it, I'm glad that a lot of you thought it was cool, and I'm really grateful for your kind comments. I don't think you're even gonna see this, like you guys who commented, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, that's my experience, and that's why I'm upgrading my PC. So hopefully I can join the top 100 in the next community challenge or some other one. So yeah, thanks for listening to my rant, and I'll upload another video showing the final scene of the observatory once I'm done. Bye!